Okay. We ready?
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! I love country because it's real.
It's just my lifestyle.
It's who I am.
That's what country is. It's about family. It's about America.
It's Britt's Morning Brew Crew. Weekdays from 5 to 10 a.m.
Let me show you how a country girl gets it done, y'all.
On 93.9 The Country Moose.
And we are live.
Hey there.
Hey, Paulina Jayne, we have you on the air with us online. Man, it has been a hot minute since seeing you here.
It sure has been. I think we decided it was 2020, right?
Right? It's so crazy. It just seems like it was, I don't know, last year, but it's been a little bit.
I know. Well, I always say that 2020 and 2021 feel like they just blended together. They melded into 1 year, one season.
I agree. There was there was the New Year's in there, but was it really New Year's?
Right. It was just a continuation of the prior year. So
exactly. Part 2. Oh man, you have been so busy. You've been doing all sorts of stuff. I was so bummed I wasn't able to make it to Nashville last week for a country radio seminar, but man, you were able to talk to a bunch of people. You did some really cool events. What, kind of have you been doing in this last time that we haven't talked to you? And then I'm going to ask you about what you got coming up.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're right. I was at CRS this last week, which for everyone who doesn't know, it's Country Radio Seminar. And it's hosted in Nashville at this place called the Omni. And so get to go and listen to a lot of different panels about what's coming up in country music, what's changing in radio. And I think my favorite part personally is New Faces Night, where you get to see a bunch of new artists who are going to perform and are hopefully going to be the next people you hear on radio. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that evening. I was so inspired. I left this year so inspired by the talent and just by some new friends I made too. So it was a really cool experience. Aside from that, though, I've been making a lot of music, Britt. I've been
awesome.
Writing a ton, recording a ton. I did a lot of recording in 2021 and 2020, and for as many shows as I could do last year, I did them. So that was a blessing, and I'm just so grateful to be back and meeting you and seeing you again, and getting back on the road. Grateful for it.
Definitely. Well, speaking of doing a lot of music, you have your new single, Drove By. You put together a new video for that. How was that for you?
Oh, my Lord. It was a really cool experience. It was the first time I'd ever put a video out where I felt like I had to kind of put the acting hat on. In the other videos, you become yourself. You're just singing. You're just the singer. So this one, I had to figure out how to do a little bit of acting. And that was an experience.
A little bit like Tim McGraw is now in 1883, or, you have the singing component. So now we're doing the acting component.
Exactly. It's funny. I got a couple acting opportunities recently. Like somebody called me up and she's like, I got these TV shows that are coming up and I'd love for you to come and do them. And maybe you could audition for it. And I'm going, yeah, sure. I'd love to. Hang up the phone. Let me go take 700 acting classes really quick.
And probably a lot of, what's the anti-anxiety medication?
Some pros and cons of that in there. Yeah, so it's been a quick learning curve, but it definitely has helped out for that music video, and I put another one out recently called First and Fallen, so that was pretty special too. Got to hone those acting skills some more.
Fantastic. Well, and speaking of moving forward with some more stuff that you're doing, a little birdie told me that you've got some really big names that you're going to be playing with this coming year.
Wow, it's going to be a really special year. I'm very fortunate and grateful. I get to play some festivals, so those are back in action, which is wonderful. I'm going to be in Michigan quite a bit, in Ohio. I'm going to be in Kentucky. I'm actually going out to the coast, so that should be cool, and down in Florida as well. But I'm most excited for some shows I've got coming up, opening up for Brad Paisley and Jake Owen and Blanco Brown. So those should be wonderful. It's just going to be a special, special year, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know who we haven't heard a lot from is Chris Cagle.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since we've heard from him.
Yes, but I'm doing a festival with him this summer, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. Well, and now, so speaking of Brad Paisley, are you a little bit nervous because he always seems to play pranks on people that are on tour with him?
You know what? I think that will be a wee bit nerve wracking, if you will. That Prozac might come in handy, huh?
And I know Jake is so good with new artists and stuff like that and taking them under his wing. And he has helped so many people. I remember when Florida Georgia Line was with him on tour and stuff. And they even said they learned so much from him in the short time that they were with him. And of course, he's got an amazing Jeep that he takes out all over the place too. So, you know, maybe you can hop in that too.
Right. One of my good friends, Angie Kay, I don't know if you're familiar, but she works with him. I think he's her manager or something like that. So, yeah, she's got some stories. I've heard some stories.
I'm with you. Those we can't talk about live on Facebook.
Correct. Glad you read between the lines.
Yes. Oh man. So what do you got coming for some of the new music that I'm guessing that you've got some stuff that you've been writing with all of this? I'm not going to say downtime because it's really not downtime because everybody's still online. Everybody's still doing stuff in the music industry. You can always write. You can always record. So what do you kind of got coming up for the rest of the year?
Well, I'm really proud of this music for a few reasons. I think first and foremost, it feels really authentic. It feels really real to me. Not that my past music hasn't. It's just that I think I was coming at these songs from a different place. Lots of reflection, and like you said, maybe some more time on our hands. So when you have more time, there's a greater ability to do some deeper reflection.
Oh, amen.
So I've definitely incorporated that into my music recently, and tried to tell stories that obviously I feel really deeply in my heart, but also that people will relate to. So that's been a big one. And then secondarily too, I've been working with my Detroit band. I brought down some of my Detroit band here to Nashville and recorded in Universal Studios.
Awesome.
We were able to come up with a ton of arrangements. I think we recorded like probably about almost 10 songs or something like that. So we've been sitting with them trying to decide what's what, if any of them that we love, you know. So that's what's kind of next. I think it's going to finally really be urban country.
Fantastic. Well, and I'm guessing that they were pretty happy to come down in the little bit more of a warm country than being up north in the wintertime. I'm sure they would have said yes either way on what you wanted to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I heard in Michigan that it's snowing today, so I'm very grateful to be in Nashville where it's 60 degrees.
Yeah. I just talked to somebody in Nashville and they're like, oh, it's spring. My trees are budding. And I'm like, we're excited. We're getting above 30.
Yeah, I've got my allergies, like my spring allergies in full swing right now. So it's definitely Nashville spring.
Yes. So how's that going to work? I know you're going to go jump the pond and go overseas for some stuff. How does the allergies work with that? Because I know when I even go to different states, I have some issues.
Yeah, you know what?
Flonase across the pond.
Well, that's a great question. I don't know how I'm gonna get a nasal rinse there, but
they have Walgreens.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm playing in Denmark. I think in September is the time frame. I'm doing some festivals out there, but as far as the allergies go, this will be a new experience for me because I can tell you I've never been to Europe before, nor have I played in Europe. So this is a first all around. I really am kind of tempted to see what's going to happen to my guitar if I decide to put it in the case and bring it over there. Like I'm kind of tempted to see if it would ever make it, but at the same time, do I really want to lose $5,000? I don't know, Britt. What do I do?
I would say don't lose $5,000 or make some really good insurance on there because you know I've gone across the pond. I have relatives that are still over in Sweden, and
wow.
Yeah. And so the one thing that I did like is that where we were flying from, of course, you're over the ocean, so it's not like there's a connecting flight. So your baggage got with you to the next location. At least that was a plus. But, you know, I would say try and see, you know, with as much of a talent as you have, Paulina, it's one of those things where maybe try another guitar out there. Maybe, see if somebody's like goes, yeah, this would be really cool. I would love to loan you this guitar for this show or that show, and see if you got that whole new sound. Cause I know Willie loves his guitar because it has the same sound every time and he really likes that. But some people like to have just a little different sound with their music. I don't know. I'm not a psychic. We do have Psychic Tiff coming on though on Friday. So you could always ask her.
That's incredible. I was thinking about that with between the allergies and the guitar stuff. I got to figure those things out.
You have till September, so you will be good.
Yes. I'm hoping that somebody will be bringing an instrument or two, but I'm going out with Blue Foley. I don't know if you know him, but
yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, he's been bringing quite a few people out to Denmark to play these festivals he's put together. So it should be really wonderful. I think I'm going to go on a little trip afterwards too.
I think it'll be great. Well, we are excited to see all the things that you've got coming up, your music, everything like that. I know they can find more on your website. Where's the number one spot that you like to post on social medias? Are you a TikToker, Facebook, Instagram? What's your fave?
I'm mostly an Instagram girl. I like to get to know people, so I like having little messages and keeping in touch. I think it's fun. And I'm starting the whole TikTok world, so if people want to get in on there too, that's great too. It's just Paulina Jayne music.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you so much for taking some time and being on with us here at the Country Moose and being on the Morning Brew Crew. We can't wait to talk to you next.
Thank you, Britt. You're always a pleasure. I just love you.
I love talking to you. I can't wait to do this again here soon.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Wake up, y'all.
You know where to find me
In the morning.
with Britt's Morning Brew Crew.
I can't believe this thing went viral.
That's what we do. That's what we love.
Love it.
Social butterfly.